What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to JD's Nerdverse. We're doing a playthrough today of Mr. Mime, the barrier Pokemon. Go ahead and watch this fight. It's our first rival fight. We named our Pokemon Barry because he's a barrier Pokemon. And our rival's name is Clown. We chose Bulbasaur, and I'll go over that in a little bit, why we chose Bulbasaur. And we get to win, and now we're facing our second rival fight. This playthrough progressed very well. So at 2 minutes in, we're in our second rival fight. We're at level 7. And Confusion will be a 3-shot on the Pidgey. We were worried about a sand attack there, and I am not worried about Bulbasaur at all after we get past the Pidgey. And we level up to level 8, beat our second rival fight. So here are the stats for Mr. Mime. HP is 40, attack is 45, defense is 65, special is 100, and speed is 90. So very solid stats for this Pokemon. Speed and special are definitely our two best stats, so we're going to lean into that. And the good thing about this Pokemon is a lot of moves synergize with that. So we're not going to have too many issues with having a good or bad attack. It's very good. Defense is solid. We have a pretty good defense by the end of the game, and it really does help us with the Elite Four. Attack is not the greatest, but it's also, we've done more with less. HP, it's low, but it doesn't really matter all that much as long as we're hitting hard. So we're kind of a glass cannon, but our defense is good enough to make us a lesser glass cannon, but very solid. So that's moving forward. So we're at less than 4 minutes. We're already in Brock's gym facing Million Light Years trainer. Diglett's a 2-shot, and also Sandshrew is also a 2-shot. So we progressed very well in this game. Like I said, it's one of my fastest playthroughs. You're going to see that by the end. And here's the thing. It could have been better, and I'll go over where we could have made improvements. Absolutely. So 4 minutes and 11 seconds. We're into the Brock fight. Wakanda forever. And Geodude's a 2-shot. Brock's Pokemon have very low special, and Onix is a 2-shot as well. So yeah, Geodude's a 2-shot, and so is Onix. Low special for Rock-type Pokemon. We move on from Brock and move to Route 3, and I'm gonna go over our TM moves, or our level up moveset real quick. So Confusion is our first move of the game. It is a 50 base power Psychic move with 100% accuracy. And also, because we are Psychic, it's what's called Stab, same type attack bonus. So that move is a 75 base power move, very powerful. Very good amount of power points to get through pretty much any part of the game early. We also have Light Screen. And Light Screen we're not going to use. Double Slap, Meditate, Substitute. None of those moves will be used. Only other moves we're going to add to this is TM. So Light Screen ups our, I think it's our special defense for like 5 turns or something. Double Slap is a 15 base power, 85% accurate physical move. Not very good. And we also have low physical damage. So the thing about Confusion is we have high special, so that works well with Confusion because it is a special damaging move. So our stats synergize with special moves, and that move it doesn't work well with Double Slap. Like I said, we have low attack stat, so it doesn't help us. Meditate is a stat modifying move that we get. It ups our attack by 1 stage, but Barrier is better because it does it with defense. And like I said, our attack stat's horrible. Why would we boost that when all of our attacks are going to be special damaging? And then Substitutes puts a little guy in front of us, and he takes all the damage and such, so we don't take damage, but that won't be useful in this playthrough. So we get into Mount Moon, and while we're in Mount Moon, a lot of these battles are trivial, so I'm going to go over our TM moveset. So the first TM we pick up is actually Mega Punch, and that is in Mount Moon. You'll see it here in a minute. 80 base power, 85% accurate. It's not a great move in general. It's also not a great move because it doesn't work well with our stats. Our attack stat is our second lowest stat. So it doesn't do a lot of damage, but it is good to have an extra move just in case we get disabled, or if we got something that has high special, we can do physical damage. So it's just good to have it. Same with Body Slam. Body Slam is an upgrade over that move. Now, Body Slam is where I made a blunder in this playthrough, and is why this playthrough could have been faster than it already is. But 85 base power, 100% accurate. Physical damage move that can paralyze. Now we don't, like I said, don't have a large attack stat, but some things have low defense that this would have worked well against. And I made a blunder on this. Takedown, Double Edge, Hyper Beam, Submission, Counter are moves we do not use in this. We don't need to use them in this. And we do use Seismic Toss. So Seismic Toss is a fixed damage move, or fixed set damage move. So what that does is it does 1 damage for every level we have. So if we were level 20, it does 20 damage. So this comes in handy against the next gym leader, and you'll see why when we face a gym leader, because Misty has all of our Pokemon have high special, so our special attack won't do as much, because in Gen 1, special does attack and defense. And also her second Pokemon is Psychic, so our Psychic move is not going to do as much as it would do to other Pokemon. So we need another move, and Mega Punch this is not reliable enough, and I don't want to go all the way to the SSN and get Body Slam and come back. So Seismic Toss will be useful for Misty. Rage and Solar Beam are useless moves that, it's good that we can have Solar Beam, it's powerful, but it's just not, that's not a very good move to have in Gen 1, especially in-game Gen 1. Even Grass-type Pokemon don't use Solar Beam in-game because there's better moves out there. Thunderbolt, 95 base power, 100% accurate electric move. It does special. It coincides with our special stat. There we go. And it works well for a handful of trainers and Pokemon we have late, especially like Gyarados, especially Lorelei, and even our rivals Pidgeotto or Pidgeot. It works well against. So it's good coverage move. And then we also get Psychic, a 90 base power, 100% accurate move. But because it's stab, just like Confusion, we get a boost of 50% of the attack stat, which makes it a 135 base power. Very powerful, works well with our special, very good. The rest of the moves on this list will not be used. So that is our move set, but Mimic could be used, Bide can be used. The only Pokemon I think I would consider using substitute is this one. And by the way, we got the Dome Fossil. I know if I didn't tell you, you would ask in the comments. Actually, now I think, but go ahead and ask. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. So I made a joke a couple videos ago about how I was going to try to do the Mah-Dry-Bread thing, and I just did it, and I kind of botched it, but you know, let me know what you think, and also comment what I got. Dome Fossil is obviously the best choice. It's the better Pokemon. So Misty's gym, not too much there, but we don't want to face Misty yet. I just want to get a couple extra levels just in case, and we're going to go ahead and face our third rival fight. Our third rival fight, he's got a slightly better team. He's got a Pidgeotto. He's got more Pokemon, but Pidgeotto is probably his best Pokemon right now when it comes to us. Confusion is still a 2-shot. Look how much 2 quick attacks did. Almost half our HP is gone. But we're going to set up on Abra. What we can do right now is Barrier does the badge boost. Brock's Gym gives us the badge hike for attack. So every time we just did Barrier, our attack stat went up. And we still didn't even one-shot the Rattata. So we one-shot the Bulbasaur, very good. Now we go up Nugget Bridge all the way to Bill's house, but we get Seismic Toss along the way, plus a couple more levels. So now Misty becomes a very trivial battle. Seismic Toss is going to do 25 damage, so Staryu gets knocked out in 2 hits, very good. Take no damage on the first one. And we take no damage on, well, we take a little bit of damage on Starmie. Look how powerful that is. So we tied on that. That was a speed tie. And if we got hit one more time, we could have been knocked out. But we get the win, we get the W, and we get the gym for Misty. And now we're facing Sandy. She's the sand attacking Pidgey trainer. She has three Pidgeys, and we knock her out, and we move on to the next trainer, which my favorite trainer, because he has this stupid joke I like to say. We have a Spearow, we take the 0, and we eradicate the Raticate, and we move on. And we move on to our 4th rival fight. Our 4th rival fight can be tough, but it's not. Pidgeotto, it's a little bit stronger than the last time we faced him, but Pidgeotto is a 2-shot. He now has Raticate rather than Rattata. He also has Kadabra rather than Abra. So Kadabra can actually attack us, but it only has Confusion, so we're Psychic as well, so it doesn't do a lot of damage. And so Psychic Pokemon is where Body Slam would come in handy, because they have high special but low defense, so that's where Body Slam would come in handy. And I added Body Slam unintentionally, or stupidly, for this fight. I did not need it, and that's what cost us, and you'll see why here in a minute. So Confusion will knock out the Voltorb in 1 hit, very good. By the way, we're facing Trash Man, Lieutenant Surge, and we knock out the Pikachu and Raichu. We should have just gone for Seismic Toss 3 times. Thunderbolt doesn't do all too much, do about a 1/3, but we go first and we get enough knockouts to get it done. Now here's the problem I have, is my moveset right now is Confusion, Barrier, so we need to keep those 2. Body Slam and Seismic Toss. Now what I should have done here, and you're going to see it here in 2 seconds, is what I should have done, quote unquote, is I should have just replaced Seismic Toss and kept Body Slam. I thought I needed Seismic Toss for something. I don't remember what it was for, but I kept it just in case, and I should have got rid of Seismic Toss there and kept Body Slam. Actually, what I should have done is just keep Body Slam not added and use Mega Punch and replace Mega Punch. But that's the blunder we have early in this game. And it does cost us a little bit of time. Costs us actually about 6 or 7 minutes on the end-game time, end of the game. And I'll point out when that happens. But this part of the game is very very trivial. We're going into Rock Tunnel, And while we're at this point in the game, you see in the bottom left corner it says subscribe. That's not actually a physical button, so don't try to click it. However, below this playthrough, there should be a like and a subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. I'd really appreciate it for the channel if you did like and subscribe and comment. All those, any kind of interaction with the channel helps the channel, because that's how the YouTube algorithm works. I don't know all the stuff about the YouTube algorithm. I just know that participation matters. So please throw a comment out there, throw a like, whatever the case may be. Subscribe. Tell me what you think of the videos. Give me some critiques. I'm always open for constructive criticism for the most part. So yeah. Also, it's a one-man show. I am doing this all by myself. I do all the playthroughs by myself. I do the voiceovers, do all the editing. I'm actually learning a lot of editing and some good software lately. It's been a very fun journey so far. I've been doing this a little over a year, and it's been very fun. I'm not gonna lie, it's been very enjoyable. So now we are at Rock Tunnel, and a lot of trainers in here are pretty trivial because we have moves to handle everyone. The first Pokemaniac we came across, I think that's what it was. We had a Cubone and a Slowpoke. We have one-hit knockouts for each one of them. The second Slowpoke, we actually hit the wrong button, and then it disabled it, so it took a little bit longer to knock it out. The trainer that had the Oddish and the Bulbasaur, Psychics in one shot, or Confusions in one shot with both of them. And this trainer, for the most part, it's a pretty easy knockout. We have a move to knock out each one of them in one hit. And then we move on to Boomer the Hiker. Boomer the Hiker has 3 Pokemon that can explode, so it can be bad. However, Confusion, they have low special. Confusion be a one-shot on all of them except the final, and we don't learn Double Slap, except the final Graveler hangs on by a thread. In future gens, they have a thing called Sturdy, so you can't knock them out in one hit. So maybe this was foreshadowing what is to come for this Pokemon. So now we're in Erica's gym, and Erica, at this point in the game, we pretty much have our end-game moveset, and this is where like I said, we had a blunder on what moves we should have had end-game. Seismitoss is not a move we should have had end-game because it doesn't have the one-hit knockout capability that other moves have. Even though we have low attack stat, Body Slam, we do a badge boost, so our attack stat can get high enough where things that have low defense, we can get ourselves in the one-shot ability, and you'll see what I mean by that here in just a little bit. But Erica's gym is not difficult. Erica's gym is, for the most part, every Pokemon in here except for 2 are very weak to us. Most grass types in Gen 1 are grass poison, except for 2. One of them is this Pokemon right here, Execute. So Psychic is not a one-shot. It's a 2-shot. So that's one Pokemon, and the second one's actually Erica's second Pokemon, which is Tangela. Tangela is a mono grass type, the only mono grass type in Generation 1. So she brings out her Victory Bell. Her team's pretty solid, honestly. I don't like to rip on Erica too much. Victory Bell is a very good Pokemon. Knock him out 1 hit, very good. Tangela, knockout in 2 hits. Like I said, very bulky Pokemon. Not weak to us at all. Has great special and defense. And Vileplume is a 1-hit knockout because it's grass poison. So we beat Erica. We get I think it's the Rainbow Badge. Move on to Rocket Game Corner. And we're taking on Team Rocket. These battles are very trivial. Now I'm going to go ahead and explain to you why for our rival I chose what I chose. So our rival right now has started the game with Bulbasaur. There's not really a great option here. So my rule of thumb when it comes to this is I got to pick the Pokemon I'm weak to automatically. So if I start off with a water Pokemon, I got to make sure the opposition has a grass type. If I start off with a grass type, the opposite Pokemon has to have Charizard. Okay, but if I have a Pokemon type that doesn't fit any of those, it's free reign for me to pick whatever I want. None of them going to make my game harder. And kind of a loophole I had in this in deciding on who to pick was what Pokemon did I not want my opposition to have. And the one Pokemon I did not want my opposition to have is the Executor. Executor is, like I said, a grass type. Execute's a grass type, but Executor is a grass psychic type, which would make very difficult to knock out because it has great special, great defense, and I really just don't have a great move to counter it. So for the sake of self-preservation, I do that. And maybe you think that's the wrong way to choose it. I should have chosen a Pokemon that had the tougher Pokemon. I don't disagree. Maybe that's a school of thought, to be honest. But the main school of thought I had was I've watched Pokemon playthroughs where they will go out of their way to pick the one Pokemon that they don't want to avoid. Like in Pokemon Yellow, a lot of them play in Pokemon Yellow, and they'll pick they'll do the combination of things early that result in getting a Flareon or Jolteon or whatever to make sure their opposition avoids getting certain Pokemon. Like usually they try to avoid getting like Magneton. So I don't see any downside to doing it. And I didn't, like I said, there's not like a glaring weakness I had to pick, so I just picked the one that, you know, I think suited my run better. So yeah, if you have a problem with that, comment down below. But that is the explanation I'm giving for why I chose Bulbasaur. There wasn't a great option, so I just chose the one that, you know, I'm not choosing Bulbasaur because it's the best option for me to knock out easy. I just don't want to fight a Executor. So yeah, maybe that's a little bit of manipulation. You can have your opinion on that. But that's what I'm going with. So now we're almost at Giovanni, and I just realized our HP is 69. Very nice. Very nice. So we're fighting what I call Tweedledee and Tweedledum. They both have the same Pokemon, just they have the evolved version is what's different. Sandshrew and Ekans, and then one of them has Arbok and one of them has Sandslash. So now we're facing Giovanni and his Widow's Peak. His team is very trivial, very easy. Psychic's a one-shot on the first two Pokemon. Kangaskhan's very bulky, so I doubt it's a one-shot, but we get the second knockout. And because we have low defense, this became almost a close battle. If we'd have missed Thunderbolt, we could have lost. And we move on to our fifth rival fight in Pokemon Tower. Thunderbolt's a one-shot on the Pidgeotto. Thunderbolt is a one-shot on the Gyarados. Growlithe is a one-shot with Psychic, very good. Kadabra is not a one-shot. Now here's the Pokemon that I need a Body Slam for. Kadabra. And Alakazam and multiple endgame pieces, or near endgame pieces, have Alakazam. So that's where I needed to have Body Slam, is for Alakazam, just to mitigate that one Pokemon, and I could have saved a lot of time in this playthrough. So now we're in Koga's gym. Koga's gym should be a cakewalk. At least Koga will be a cakewalk, but the rest of the Pokemon in this gym, the trainers, have a lot of Psychic types. Still to this day, don't know why. I have a theory that Koga is running a circus, because if you look at the name of it, so we're fighting a juggler, and there's two tamers in here. So there's all jugglers and tamers in here. So I think he's starting his own circus, and you know, he's the ringmaster, whatever you want to call it, ringleader. And yeah, so there's some weird gyms in this game. Blaine's a weird gym. Erica's not a weird gym. It's just basically the Girl Scouts, and they like working with plants. So if I were to pick, I wonder if Erica for Halloween dresses up like Poison Ivy. I think that'd be her go-to. I really do. Koga, what does he dress up like? I don't know. He thinks he's a ninja, so maybe he's Batman. I don't know. But Koga is who we're facing next. He's not going to be very tough. We are Psychic type. We have Psychic, the most powerful Psychic move in the game. He is Poison type. We aren't exactly over leveled. We're only 3 levels higher than the Coughing, and we're actually lower level than the Wheezing. But we one-shot all 4 of those Pokemon. Very trivial gym battle. And now here's the part in the game where we make the blunder. Where the blunder of earlier kind of comes back to rear its ugly head. Okay? So we were 31 minutes when we walked into Silphco. Okay? 31 minutes. And now we just need to get the lift key, which... And we go get the lift key, or I'm sorry, card key, and okay, and then we open the door, get the TM to sell, and open the door, and we're saving right now, saving in progress, and we're gonna go fight our rival. Now here's where, like I said, not having Body Slam killed us. So our rival comes out with Pidgeotto. This is our 6th rival fight. Pidgeotto will let us set up, which not a good decision to set up a Pidgeotto because it can sand attack us, which does cost a little bit in this game. However, we still get the knockout. Oh, we don't get the knockout in 1 hit. That's kind of surprising, but okay. Get the knockout in 2 hits. Gyarados comes out. As soon as we hit Gyarados 1 time, it'll knock him out. He does Leer us, which does the badge boost again, but it doesn't badge boost our Psychic or our special stat yet. So all of our badge boosts are gone at this point, and we don't have anything super duper effective against Alakazam. And because we can't knock Alakazam out in like 1 hit, we get Psychic disabled. Getting Psychic disabled is a big deal right now, because 1, he can attack us, so our health is already low. But now Venusaur's not a one-shot, which Psychic gets weak to. So we can't one-shot it, it knocks us out. So I thought we lost that battle because we leveled up. We didn't lose that battle because we leveled up. We lost that battle because of 2 things. I don't have Body Slam that can help me one-shot the Alakazam. And we also, we had Psychic disabled. Okay, and so because we couldn't one-shot the Alakazam, Psychic, he was able to disable our Psychic. So I was clicking through, usually watching YouTube while I play this, and I just missed the fact that, you know, we had a move disabled. So I should have just gone for the same strategy, same exact thing, and my kitty cat does not want to let me do my voiceover. So I'm holding my cat right now. I sound like I look like Dr. Evil. My cat's not bald, like Dr. Evil. His name is Zorro. He's a little tuxedo cat. So if you ever seen a tuxedo cat, ow, he's clawing me. God bless. Come on, Zorro. Go play, buddy. I'll play with you just a couple minutes. Alright, so we're facing our rival fight again. I'm hoping that one level would help us. And we get sand attacked again, so not the greatest thing. But we do get the one shot on the Pidgeot. Still a one shot on the Gyarados. That doesn't change. Still going to be a one shot on the Growlithe. That doesn't change. Alakazam's where the headache comes. Alakazam, we don't have anything. I can just one shot it. It also is going to recover. And Psybeam just whittles down a little bit more of her health. And now we still level up, but that Psychic, we should have been able to knock this out. I should have just gone for Psychic again. I should have just gone for Seismic Toss. But that Sand Attack really killed us. Not having Body Slam is really killing us right now. Because that Alakazam would be a one-shot. So I tried again. I reloaded my save state and didn't level up again. So I tried one more time just to be stubborn. So mind you, we were at 31 minutes when we were pretty much around this battle. So we've wasted almost 4 minutes trying to get through this one battle. And now we're almost getting knocked out by the Gyarados. We're not going to get knocked out by the Growlithe. That's why we choose to badge boost. His Leer boosts our attack again. But again, our special doesn't go up. So it's not going to do more damage to the Alakazam. And we don't even knock out the Alakazam with another Psychic. So I'm like, you know what? This is BS. Let's get out of here. We're going to go. I know exactly what we need to do, get some extra levels. So we leave there. We go right to a place I like to call Cobra Kai. And we're going to get some extra levels. Everything in here is fighting type. So Psychic will be a one-shot on all of them. Very easy way to get some levels, get some experience points. And so we're going to level up to level 42 after not this battle, but the next one. And then we're gonna get a level or two out of this place. And again, this is because of I didn't have Body Slam. This is where Body Slam would have came in handy, because after badge boosting on the at least the first, I didn't have the badge boost on Pidgeot. What I could have badge boost on was badge boost on the Growlithe. Growlithe has nothing that can hurt me. It has Ember, woohoo. That's its most damaging attack, and I have high special. It's not gonna do much. Okay, I should have set up on that right before the Alakazam. And then my attack stat would be so high, Body Slam would be a one-shot. But this is where I made the blunder. I kept Seismic Toss rather than keeping Body Slam. So that was a drastic critical error in this playthrough, which we still have a fantastic finish. But just imagine if I did a replay with that knowledge and don't have that, and have that fixed. So we're going to this battle level 43 now. Okay? We don't have to set up to knock out the Pidgeot. One-shot knockout on the Pidgeot. We also have a one-shot knockout on the Gyarados. We are going to set up on the Growlithe just to boost our attack, our defense, our speed. All those things are going to get boosted. Psychic's a one-shot. Alakazam, it's not a one-shot, and we get disabled. It gets disabled, whatever. But we get the knockout with Seismic Toss. We have a lot more health now. Psychic is a one-shot on the Venusaur. That's how the battle should have gone, with just Body Slam knocking out the Alakazam. Is what it is. But that took us over 6 minutes to fix. So that's a 6-minute blunder. And when you talk about a move that's under an hour, which is what this is, that's a lot of time. So Giovanni's a trivial fight. One-hit knockout across the board, all with Psychic, all across the board. 4 up, 4 down. We knock out Giovanni. We move on to, what's his name? Blaine's gym. Another weird gym, by the way. I said Koga's gym's weird. Looks like he's making a circus. Blaine looks like he's some kind of mad scientist like Robotnik. So what do I mean by that? First off, he looks like Robotnik on like Slim Fast, like Jim Carrey's skinny version of Robotnik. And he also looks like in his gym he has a bunch of all there are is burglars, okay, and scientists. No fire breathers, nothing like that. Burglars and scientists. All right, no old men that always have Growlithe, nothing like that. It's burglars and scientists. So either A, he has all these experiments he's doing with his scientists, and the burglars are there trying to steal his tech, or the burglars work for him and they're stealing tech from everywhere else and bringing it to him. And the reason why this is like a valid theory, in my opinion, is because in the second generation, Cinnabar Island blows up because of a, quote, volcano. There's no volcano here right now unless it's like a dormant one on the ground, like Dante's Peak or something. Okay? So I think he's doing experiments and his lab exploded. Okay, and don't tell me experiments weren't being done, because the Pokemon Mansion right next to this there's a lot of documentation and stuff on on Mewtwo. So that's my theory. And this theory, I know it's kind of dumb. If you've seen my videos before, you might have heard this theory already, but I think it's a valid theory. And sometimes I get new people who watch this and never heard this theory. So that's why I'll occasionally mention it, not in every video, but in a lot of videos. By the way, if you like this stuff at the bottom, let me know, because during the throes of playing, I just like to play it, and having to pause and make sure these things are showing is kind of tedious, just a little tedious. But if everyone likes it, I will keep doing it. But I thought I'd throw that on there just so everyone knows what badges we had and how far we progressed. But I do want everyone to take inventory on how fast we are playing through this. We are at 39 minutes. We're going to be at 40 minutes when we fight the battle with Blaine. After this battle, we have Sabrina, Giovanni, and our 7th rival fight before we enter the Elite Four. That's where we're at right now. So we are flying through this game, and now we're facing Blaine. Look at him. He looks like a robot. I like his tie. I'll give him that. But he looks like a mad scientist. He's even got like a lab coat on. So we're going to set up Barrier, and Barrier is going to make it so we can steamroll through this team. We don't actually have the special stat boost until we beat him. So I don't know why I was thinking, oh, this is going to up our attack. But if we had Body Slam, it would have upped Body Slam. But we go through him pretty easily. Nothing he does is super effective. He does like to heal a lot retroactively, but we get the win regardless. Blaine is a cakewalk, and we move on to Sabrina. Sabrina is another Pokemon trainer. Sabrina and her whip. It would have been very beneficial to have Body Slam, because what we could have done is on the first Pokemon we could have used Barrier and then Body Slam the rest of the way through his Pokemon, and then it had been pretty much all been one shot. It had all been one shot because I mean, we're getting pretty good damage out of this right now, but Alakazam has a very high special. Okay, very high special, and you're going to see why it's a problem with Alakazam having a very high special. So this is what's called good AI. He's going to use heal every single time, recover every time. He's going to look at his moves and going to see that he's all psychic, we're all psychic, and his good AI is going to be like, nothing I do here is going to work, so I'm just going to keep using recover. Now, it's not that big a deal, but we're not offsetting the recovery very much. Okay, and he has unlimited power points. In Generation 1, they didn't issue power points to, you know, the NPCs in the game. So they didn't issue, so he could do recover forever until we're completely out of power points. Which, again, struggle would be a thing, but I'd probably knock myself out first. So I've got to the point right now where he's just offsetting every time. So I'm going to use Barrier and up my stats. So it does up my special, and he just keeps using, like I said, he keeps using the same move. And so we're now offsetting his recovery, so we can gradually whittle him down, and we get the win. But that took like 2 minutes just to get that win. So there's 6 minutes and 2 minutes, roughly a minute and a half, that combined are adding up to that added to the end of the run, where we could have an easier solution. We just had Body Slam. Now Giovanni, we're facing him. He's very trivial. He's the 8th gym leader. Psychic is going to one-shot everything except for I think the Rhydon survives this Psychic here. Very bulky. I don't know how. Its special's very low, but we get the knockout regardless, and we move on to our 7th rival fight. 7th rival fight can usually be the most tricky, and I'm adding the last 2 badges here because I forgot to add them. We're at 45 minutes. Keep that in mind. And so he brings out the Pidgeot. Pidgeot no longer has Sand Attack, so Barrier we can just set up all day. Wing Attack doesn't do squat unless it gets a critical, and we're going to Thunderbolt and knock out the Pidgeot. We're going to use Psychic and knock out the Rhyhorn. We're going to use Gyarados and knock it out with Thunderbolt. Very good. And again, we don't have a great option for, I mean, Growlithe is fine. One shot on the Growlithe. And again, we don't have a great option for Alakazam. And Seismitoss is a fixed set damage move. It doesn't do more than our levels. So, yeah. And Psychic is not a one-shot with Venusaur. It's very bulky. Hangs on, even though it's weak to us. But we get the knockout, and we move on to the Elite Four. So I want to go ahead and pause this and show you everyone the stats. I'm going to start doing this in all my playthroughs now. I'm going to show everyone my stats, the stats of the Pokemon before the Elite Four. So, right now, we're looking at attack is 85, not bad. When we do the badge boost, that'll go up. And honestly, I could have made the attack better, and here's how. I could have used Meditate, which would up the attack by a full stage, rather than just 12.5% for me modifying another move. So, what we're going to use here is called the badge boost glitch. So, the badge boost glitch, in Generation 1, for every other badge we get, so on the right side, every badge on the right side here, the silver one, and then the one that looks like a little plant, and then the heart and whatnot. Those badges coincide with a boost in one of your stats. For example, Brock coincides with an attack stat boost of 12.5%. Lieutenant Surge's gem is a boost of our defense. Okay, and then Koga does our speed, or I'm sorry, our speed. Yep. And then the last one, which is Blaine. Blaine does, I think it's Blaine. Blaine does a boost in our special. Our special goes up. So whenever a stat is modified in Generation 1, move like Barrier, like Meditate, like Swords Dance, it adds that boost of 12.5% to every stat you have. And if you level up middle battle, it resets it, other than the stat you are modifying with the move you modified. So when we have Barrier, when we do Barrier and we initiate it, our defense will go up a whole stage, okay? And our attack will go up 12.5%, our speed will go up 12.5%, and so will our special. If someone leers us, all of our stats except for defense go up 12.5%. Okay, so that's how the badge boost works. So we use Barrier, so it makes our attack better, our speed better, our defense better, our attack better whenever we do that. And we can do that up to 3 times, so we can modify all these. And I will say right now, these are some very, very good stats. 85 attack is not nothing to sneeze at. It's not great, but it's not horrible this late in the game. We're only at level 61. Defense is 122, so we don't have to boost our defense, and we're already able to take a lot of hits. We just don't have a lot of hit points. Speed is 145, so very good speed there. We're going to need to outspeed everything in this. And special is 164, which means our attack stats are just phenomenal. And like I said, Body Slam would have been the one thing I needed to make up a lot of ground in this. So take inventory as well. We were at 46 minutes. Okay, my prediction for this was to just get it done in under an hour, and we obliterate that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and hit play, and that's our stats, and we're going to go ahead and take on Lorelei, the first member of the Elite Four. I really need to have a doubles battle with Lorelei and Sabrina. That's what I want in a future game. Okay, so bringing out Dugong. She's an ice trainer. Doesn't use a lot of ice moves against us, and Dugong's AI says that, well, we're psychic, so nothing's going to work well, so that's why I went for rest a couple times and also went for takedown. So we're going to one-shot all the Pokemon except for Jinx. Jinx has very high special. Body Slam would have been the thing I needed to knock her out as well. We're actually not going to knock out the Lapras in one hit. I forgot about that. But we get the pretty easy win and we move on to Bruno. We don't even heal. Bruno's a joke. We don't talk about Bruno very much. He's kind of a joke. He's a joke, not kind of a joke. He's straight up a joke. Okay? And so now we're going to go ahead and we just badge boosted twice just to be safe. We don't need to. All of our moves in here are going to one-shot. We have 3 fighting type Pokemon, 2 Onyxes, so I don't know why it has 2 Onyxes. They're garbage Pokemon have late. But Psychic, Primeape would have been better. And we knock out Bruno. We don't talk about very much. We knocked him out in like 15 seconds. Not even that. Now we move on to Agatha. Now Agatha can be scary because Agatha, it's called the Agatha Lottery. Agatha can confuse you, she can paralyze you, she can put you to sleep, and she can also poison you. Now, we give her rare candy so we don't level up, and we have a move that's going to steamroll her team. We have Psychic. Psychic, 2 of her Pokemon are poison type, so one shot's there, and Gengar is a ghost type, which Psychic should be a one shot there, so good call. So 1 down, 2 down, 3 down, 4 down, and I think the last Gengar tanks this. Yep, he tanks it, but we still get the knockout regardless. Does a lot of damage with Nightshade. Damn, that was a lot of damage. But we get the win against Agatha, and we move on to Lance. Lance, the Dragon Trainer. So Lance, we don't have anything that's super effective against Lance right now. We do have some things against super effective against his Pokemon, but we don't have any moves super effective against him overall. We don't have an ice move. Usually ice moves are the best moves to have for him, but we don't have any of those. However, we do have some pretty good defense to set up on the first Pokemon, and we do have Psychic to steamroll the rest of the Pokemon. So, first thing we want to do is we're going to use Barrier on Gyarados. He goes for Dragon Rage, will do 40 damage every single time, come hell or high water. So I didn't want him to use it again, so I was like, I'll just set up on the Dragonair. Our defense is very high, so Hyper Beam did nothing. And so now we are fully set up, 3 stages. So Psychic will be as a one-shot on the 2 Dragonairs, or Thunderbolt's a one-shot on the Aerodactyl. We get Hyper Potion, and we're gonna go into a little bit of a standoff there, but we just outlast the Dragonite, get the win, beat Lance, and we have one more trainer to go, and then we're done. 49 minutes and 40 some seconds. So a sub 50-minute run is kind of out of the question. However, like I said, there's a lot of ways we can improve this run, and we're going to talk about that at the end. And I don't usually go right into like another playthrough, but in the future I will do another playthrough of this and try to top this as the best playthrough and fastest playthrough I've had so far. So now we're facing our final rival fight, Clown, the rival. He comes out with Pidgeot. Obviously, we're just gonna knock out. I went for Psychic on accident, but we get the knockout anyway. That was an accidental. And having Body Slam here, like I said, would be great. But Thunderbolt is going to be a 2-shot. You get paralyzed. We got lucky there. He recovers, but we do get the and we get a little bit of damage. Seismic Toss is a knockout. Very good. Rhydon is the perfect Pokemon to set up on. Here's why. He'll always use Leer. He doesn't have any really good moves. And he also will Tail Whip, and both those things add to our badge boost. So he is actually a very good Pokemon to set up on. Thunderbolt will one-shot the Gyarados. 2 Pokemon F, Arcanine will be a one-shot with Psychic, and Psychic is a one-shot on the. No, it's not the one-shot, but he does growth. Okay, so we get the one-shot anyway, and we beat our rival. We beat the game. I'm clicking through, trying to get the fastest time possible. Just slamming that A button, and I'm trying to get through to the final parts, trying to get it clocked in, and level 66 is what we win the game with. Probably get at a lower level, and we pause the timer there. So 51 minutes and 16 seconds. That's what we ended this game with. 51 minutes and 16 seconds. Okay, so this video was only 30 some minutes long, 33 minutes long to cut. So 51 minutes of playtime. You pretty much saw most of the stuff I went through. The only thing you didn't see is what did I cut out? You didn't see a lot of like Nugget Bridge. There we go. You didn't see a lot of that. Most of the stuff in the game you saw. I didn't skip a lot of things. You saw 51 minutes of game footage. You saw 33 of it. So, and you saw the one place I struggled. The one place I struggled cost us more than 5 minutes, and that same scenario, not having Body Slam, cost us about another minute and a half trying to beat Sabrina. Okay, so that is would have made this like a very fast run. I'm kicking myself in the butt because I know during my prediction I said we're gonna have Body Slam late, and I watched another video from someone else who used Seismic Toss, and I guess I only watched that part and didn't watch the rest because it had been smarter to have Body Slam. Even though Body Slam wouldn't have been as powerful all the time, with the stat modifier had been powerful enough to get through those 2, like, no pun intended, barriers that we had in this game. So, yeah, I'm very impressed though. I thought Mr. Mime would be one of the best runs. I didn't know it'd be that good. Like, we got the Mount Moon in less than 7 minutes. We beat our first gym in less than 5. This is by far the fastest run. The fastest run next to this, the closest one to it, is Charizard, an hour and 3 minutes. It's not even close. This is fantastic. It was a fantastic run. I really enjoyed this run. It was a Pokemon that I've always used. And yeah, I want to know what you guys think of this. Do you think there's any other ways I can make this a little bit faster? I think I got the optimization down. I can get this done in 45 minutes. I'll bet what I'm not gonna give up anything to bet on this. I'm not gonna say the comment I was gonna say on this video either. But yeah, we could have got this done in 45 minutes, and that will be a future playthrough that I'm going to, like, maybe I'll live stream it. I don't know. But let me just think in the comment section down below. The next video will be Scyther, and I will be honest with you. So the prediction video will post on Monday, but I've already filmed that. I filmed that not too long ago. Today is Friday, the 28th of July. So I've had some issues with this voiceover, so that's why I'm redoing it today. I'm gonna like edit it and post it today. It's 5:17 in the morning, but I've already done the prediction for Scyther, and then I already did the playthrough for Scyther. And let me just tell you, sometimes Pokemon surprise you. Let's just say that. Sometimes this is why we do the playthroughs. We can't just look at stats like, oh, they're gonna be good or they're gonna be bad. This is the reason why we do the playthroughs. And this is the reason why I do predictions, but sometimes I get stunned with the results. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And check out my video coming out Monday. The prediction in a week from today is Scyther, or Scyther, as someone's corrected me. How do you say it? Scyther or Scyther? Yeah, so let me know what you think. Have a good one, and thanks for watching. See you.